Well, hello and welcome again to our reading of Acts of the Apostles. We're up to chapter 12 and verse 6. This is where Peter is delivered from the prison. Hote de amelin. And this is a very strange imperfect from mellow, which doesn't have they've double augmented it basically, so it's just mellow with no vowel at the beginning, but the imperfect is amelin. So when Herod was about, and it's not taking a future infinitive here but an aorist infinitive, pro again, to lead him, that is Peter, pro before them, on that night Peter was, this is a periphrastic construction here, he was koimomenos, he was sleeping. Metaxu, between two soldiers, dedemenos, perfect passive from deo, being bound, halusesin, dative plural from halusis, with chains, with two chains, dusi, and their guards, the main verb here is eteron, were keeping their fulakain, keeping their guard, keeping watch, protes thuros, in front of the door. And behold, an angel of the Lord stood beside him, episte, and light, a lampsen, shone in the oikamati. This is dated from oikama. It's the little house, so it's the cell really. Pataxas, from patasso, to strike. So having perhaps tapped him on the pluran, on the breast, the chest of Peter, having struck or tapped the breast of Peter, egeren, he raised him up, saying, so he woke him up, saying, anasta, imperative, get up, entake, this is idiom for quickly. So get up quickly, and hi haluses, this is the plural of that halusis, third declension feminine noun, so the chains, ex epasan, this is a weak aorist for a strong aorist verb from ek pipto, pipto pesumai epeson normally, but we're getting a weak aorist epesan. So the chains fell from the hands of him, so from his hands. And the angel said to him, Zosai, this is from Zonumi. This is from Zonumi, to gird yourself, to put your belt on. So this is the aorist infinitive here, it's a middle, I suppose, so it is an aorist middle infinitive, so gird yourself and bind up your sandals. Literally it's to bind from underneath, so tie up your sandals onto your feet. And he acted thus, he did in this way. And he says, historic present to him, peribalu, put around you your himation, your garment, and follow me. This again is imperative. It's akolutheo, so we're getting akoluthee, and the two epsilons contract to give you an A, but it is an imperative, so and follow me. And having gone out, akoluthe, he followed him, and uk aide, this is the past tense of oida, he did not know that the thing taking place dia to angelu, at the hands of the angel, he did not know that it estin alethes, that it is true. But edoke, he thought that blepain, he was looking at, he was seeing an horama, a vision. Dielthontes, passing through the first Fulake guard, they came also to the second, understand, guard, epiten pulain, to the gate, epitan pulen tan sideron to the iron gate, the one leading, literally carrying, but they use this expression in Greek, pharaoh is to carry. It's the idea of the one that takes you to. So the one leading, and it's feminine because it's the road. Well, sorry, it's referring back to the gate, isn't it? So to the gate which leads to the city. Hatis, this very one, automate, of its own accord, anoige, and this is anoige, this is aorist passive from anoigo, was opened autois for them. And having gone out, they went ahead, they went in front along the Rume Mian, along one, well, it's more like an alley, a Rume, and immediately the angel apeste stood back from him, so departed from him. And Peter, literally having become in himself, so because he thinks it's all a vision, so it's having come to himself, perhaps, he said, Nun oida, now I know truly that the Lord ex apostelon has sent his angel, and ex aleto, he has rescued. This is from ek plus hyreo again, and it's a weak, normally a strong aorist, but here it's a weak aorist. So the Lord has sent his angel, and he has taken me out, so rescued me, from the hand of Herod, and from all the prostokia, literally expectation of the people of the Jews. So from all the things which the people of the Jews had expected to happen, or were hoping to happen, because he was supposed to appear before them that very day. Sun idon, well, having comprehended, so it's something like realizing, having realized, he went to the house of Mary, the mother of John, who is called Mark. Now this refers to this John Mark, who was traditionally the author of the Gospel of Mark. He and Paul generally didn't get on very well. Paul refused to take him on his second missionary journey, but here they seem to be still friends. So the one who is nicknamed Mark. Now Mark, of course, is Ioannou is a Jewish name, and Marcos is a Latin name. Interesting here. Where there were hikonoi, this is Luke's word for many, where there were many sun athroismenoi. So this is from sun athroizo. Athroizo. It means to gather, and the sun together, and it's a perfect passive participle, and it's with azan, so it's a periphrastic construction. So where a large number, it's a pluperfect periphrastic construction. So where a large number had been gathered together, and prosucomene, present participle, were praying. Now, genitive absolute, this is from cruo, to knock, or to strike. And as he was knocking on the, when he knocked on the door, tun pulonos. Now, pulon is a gate or porchway. It does occur in the Septuagint. So, as he was knocking on the door of the gate, or the porch gate, a paidiske, a female servant, came to Hupakusai to answer. Rhodi by name. Rhode is simply Greek for rose. So his name was Rose. Kai epignusa, and having perceived ten phonein to Petru, the voice of Peter, apotes karas, from her joy, she did not open from anoigo the gate. Now this the verb is actually ana plus oig, but they've augmented the alpha in ana, not the oi in oig here, which is, this verb gets messed around quite a lot in Greek, even from fairly early times. So she did not open the gate, but epidramusa, this is from, eis dramusa, this is from eis trecho. Trecho is to run, and the aorist is edramon. So the aorist of trecho is edramon, and the stem is dram, and so we're taking the root of it, and this is a participle, feminine participle. So having run inside, she reported that Peter was hestanai, to stand, infinitive, so we would say was standing, in front of this gate, this porch gate. But they said to her, Mine, you're crazy. But she, di iskurizdeto, this is an interesting verb, it's a classical word, it means to assert confidently, so to insist. But she insisted that ekain plus an adverb is used like the verb to be, so she insisted it to be so. And they were saying, it is his angel. Not quite sure what that means. And Peter remained, cruone participle, knocking. Anoixantes, aorist participle from anoigo, having opened, they saw him and they were amazed. Katasesas, literally shaking up and down, so having made a motion perhaps to them with his hand, sigan, to be silent, from sigao, he related to them how the Lord had brought him out from the prison, and he said, report back to James, this is James the brother of Jesus, not James the brother of John who's just been killed, and to the brothers these things. So report back these things to James and the brothers. And having gone out, he went into another place.